Good morning. I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're welcome here at Unity. We are an inclusive community that welcomes and accepts everyone. We're also part of a greater worldwide unity movement. We are the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 134 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the Unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of Unity. And every week we have a prayer chaplain available right after service to pray with you. And today it is Rebecca Thompson. She is located in Redondo Beach, California, and she's one of our prayer chaplains. Getting a little feedback here. So Rebecca, are you there? Do you want to wave? She may be en route. So anyway, you'll see her later, and her number will show up in the chat and an announcement so that you can give her a call right after service. In that first hour after service, she will call you back and pray with you. It's a wonderful experience just to connect with the prayer chaplain and be prayed for and with. So thank you, Rebecca, for your service today. And let's see, our production team is Brandy and Nancy. Let's give them a hand. Our worship assistant is Wendy Erickson. Thank you, Wendy. And our musician today is Claire Vanderkramert. We love Claire. All right. And with that, I invite you to stand for an opening song.
So I thought this would be a good one to start out with, since we've gone through that winter solstice tunnel and we're headed out the other side. We're headed out of the darkness. And so this is called Out of the Darkness. By the way, we haven't done this one before. So maybe if we could just grab the chorus. That's pretty repetitive. I'll just run through that real quick, and then we'll launch in. So it's going to go like this, the chorus. Out of the darkness, coming out of the darkness, coming out of the darkness, into the light. That's that part. You think you can get that? I think you can. One of these mornings, oh, I swear, I'll wake up already there, out of the darkness, into the light. the light, into the light.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Claire, so very much. Good morning to everyone. I'm Wendy Erickson. I'm your worship assistant today, and this is the time in our service when we greet one another. So if you're on Zoom, if you can, please turn on your cameras. And if anyone is visiting us from the first time, we welcome you to our service. If you are here in person and would like to know more about Unity, please see me, Reverend Kathy, or any of our ushers after the service, so we may answer any questions you might have. For new visitors online, if you wish, you could share your contact information in the chat with Unity North, which goes directly to us and remains private. We welcome you all wherever you are on your spiritual journey. And if we don't have anybody new, let's just all wave and greet each other. And we welcome everyone. And again, it is our delight to have all of you with us today.
Hi, Ken.
Oh, I love this. All right, let's continue with prayer requests. I'd like you all to take a breath or two to further center yourselves here. So as you breathe in, let's bring in peace. Let's breathe in love and breathe in joy. And as we exhale, let us release stress. Let us release worry and fear each time we exhale. And instead of saying our prayer requests aloud, we invite you to speak a name or prayer request silently in the sanctuary. Or if you're in your home, you can certainly say it aloud in the privacy of your own home. Let us hold these requests in silence. We give thanks in advance for answered prayers, and we say thank you. And so it is. Amen. Please remain centered as I read our daily word for today, Sunday, December 29th, 2024. It's pray for others. In prayer, I know the truth about others. I feel honored when someone asks for my support in prayer. My heart and mind join with theirs as I hold thoughts that affirm the truth of them, their divinity. I pray they know they are centered or created in the image of God, that the qualities of life, love, and wisdom are part of their spiritual inheritance. As I pray, I see their divine qualities expressing. I envision divine life flowing through them and divine love comforting them and harmonizing all their relationships. I see them whole and well, loved and loving, prosperous and secure. As I pray, I focus on the spiritual truth and trust that the divine presence is the answer to every prayer. From Corinthians 14, verse 15. What should I do then? I will pray with the Spirit. but I will pray with the mind also. I will sing praise with the spirit, but I will sing praise with the mind also. Today's daily word for Sunday, December 29th, pray for others. In prayer, I know the truth about others. And now Claire will give us some beautiful music.
So I chose this one. Actually, it's a two song in one. I understand the song Blackbird was actually inspired by a Bach piece. And so the Bach piece that inspired it is not the one I'm going to play because I found another one that sounded like it fit better. So this is Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring, and Blackbird. And I chose Blackbird because it talks about not only darkness, but sometimes in our weakness or inability, we can let go of that and find freedom. So. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for that moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for that moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of the deep dark night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for that moment to be free. You were only waiting for that moment to be free.
Beautiful, Claire. Love that. So our service is in a bit of a different order today because of our burning bowl. So my lesson comes first, and then the meditation will be part of the burning bowl ceremony. So the lesson is called Festival of Light. And once again, we are at the doorway of a new year. a liminal moment of threshold where we behold the past year with all of its challenges and blessings, while at the same time we gaze forward into the future. The beginning of a new year is generally a time for emergence into the light, into new dreams and visions activated through hope and faith. And the lights can come up while I'm speaking, Darlinda. You can bring the lights up. This year, with the political change going on in our country and throughout the world, it brings some trepidation. Nevertheless, as always, we are called upon to focus on the positive, the good all around us, and to stand up for justice and fairness and kindness wherever and whenever possible. And it is, in fact, essential to invoke faith for a new journey and continue to envision the highest and best outcome in our future. So today in our Burning Bowls ceremony, we will release the past and step forward into a new beginning. 2024 had its challenges and blessings in our country and in our world. Take a cold, hard look at last year in the world and remember the feelings and the fears so we can let the year go. In the same way, we can look at our own personal lives and ask, what were the worst moments or events that happened to us in 2024? And then after we release that, we can focus on the question, what were the best moments or events of 2024? My year had some highs and lows, and I'm sure yours did as well. In Chinese astrology, 2025 is the year of the wood snake. It promises introspection, wisdom, and growth. It introduces a unique change in energy, and we must learn to approach life events more cautiously. So let us know ours is not the task of fixing the entire world all at once, but of mending that within our reach. We do not need to know which acts will cause the critical mass to tip toward an enduring good, but we can know that it does not take everyone on earth, but only a small, determined group who will not give up. So let us keep that focus in this spiritual community and in our own lives. Whatever the outer appearance, we have the power to help shift the balance. Well, on New Year's Eve, Daniel was in no shape to drive. So he left his car at the car park and decided to walk home. And he's kind of wobbling along. A police officer pulls over and stops him and asks him what he's doing out there at 4 a.m. And Daniel says, I'm on my way to a lecture. And the police officer answers sarcastically, and who in the world would be giving a lecture at 4 a.m. on New Year's Eve? And Daniel responds, my wife. We celebrate the New Year, the oldest of all holidays. It was first observed in ancient Babylon 4,000 years ago. Their New Year began with the first new moon after the vernal equinox, the first day of spring. And the beginning of spring is actually a more logical time to start a new year. What eventually evolved into a Holy Spring Mass in Europe was moved back to the winter solstice by the church fathers to serve several needs. The early church was in competition with the pagan holiday of the Romans called Saturnalia, which still exists in our New Year celebration when we feature Father Time or Saturn. Secondly, they were also in competition with the Mithra cult. a spin-off of Zoroastrianism, an ancient Persian religion devoted to the worship of the sun. So there are winter solstice festivals throughout various world cultures, often overlapping with our Christmas and our New Year. There's Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of light, and Kwanzaa, an African-American week-long celebration of light, not to mention the Chinese New Year and the Hindu festival of Deepawali, which celebrates the victory of King Rama. All of these celebrations are festivals of light with roots in ancient fear of winter darkness and hope for the sun's return. Many of these holidays celebrate light literally, as we do with the tradition of candle lighting and the burning bowl. Even in these outer rituals, we are concerned with the symbolism of light. Light can be many things to many people, such as a good thought, energy made visible, or the life force itself. Light is of God and represents truth and wisdom and the overcoming of fear and negativity. Well, once some students of an Hasidic rabbi approached their spiritual master and expressed their concern about the prevalence of evil in the world. And they asked for his counsel. And so he sent them down in the cellar, dark cellar, with brooms and told them to sweep the evil and darkness away. Well, obviously that didn't work, so they were back. Then he sent them down with some sticks and he told them to beat away the darkness. Well, that failed as well. So then he sent them again. He told them to go shout at the darkness, protest against evil. That didn't do it. And so he said to them, so my dear ones, you must take this light, this candle down, and light it in the cellar and chase away the darkness. And so they did. They kindled their lights, and behold, the darkness was gone. And certainly this applies to us personally and collectively. We can remember the story of the monks and know we must continue to hold the candle of light and peace in our own lives and in the world. When there is darkness, shine your light. Light can show us the way literally and symbolically through the power of vision and inspired insight. So the unity style of the New Year holiday is twofold. First, burning away the old in the light of fire. In the traditional unity burning bowl ceremony, we write what we want to release and we cast it into the flames so we can begin anew in 2025. And secondly, glimpsing the inner light, the flame of vision and the longing of our souls. We write a letter to God, giving thanks in advance for our blessings in 2025. So what are the deep desires of our heart? What is it that the soul longs for? Certainly, one tradition of this time has been to write New Year's resolutions. And that tradition also dates back to the early Babylonians. Popular modern resolutions might include the promise to lose weight or to quit smoking. The early Babylonians' most popular resolution was to return borrowed farm equipment. Well, rather than focus on resolutions, let us instead think of capturing a vision of our dreams and setting intention. So Jenny was taking an afternoon nap on New Year's Eve before the festivities. And after she woke up, she confided to her husband, Max. She said, I just dreamed that you gave me a diamond ring for New Year's Eve. What do you think that all means? Aha, you'll know tonight, answered Max, smiling broadly. At midnight, as the new year was chiming, Max approached Jenny and handed her a small package. Delighted and excited, she opened it quickly, and there in her hand rested a book entitled The Meaning of Dreams. Not exactly what she was expecting. In this case, in this lesson, I'm talking about the dreams of our heart. To build our dreams, we must first ignite them with an idea. From the void of nothingness, an idea catches spark, setting off the creative process. As creation is described in the book of John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word is the idea that we plant in the rich creative soil of our mind. But not just any idea will do. The ideas that grow great dreams come to us from the great longing stirring in our souls. One of the best known parables of Jesus is that of the seed sower. He teaches that following our divine insight is no different than growing a crop. For dreams to manifest, they must take root in our mind. Behold, a sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them. Some fell on stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. But others fell on good ground and yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. So what does it mean that seed fell by the wayside and the birds came and devoured it? Some of us possess closed minds or fears, so the seeds of new vision just fall by the wayside. Some fell on stony places without depth of earth. Dreams come and we think, yeah, that's a good idea, but the feeling lacks depth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. When our dream is scorched by a negative thought, we tell ourselves it's over. I don't have the money or the education, the health, the youth, whatever. It's a foolish fantasy. Our negativity kills the dream. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. Some of us have a beautiful dream to plant, but we become fearful or distracted. We don't take action, we just dream and think. I'm bored with my job, maybe I'm not smart enough for school, or I'm not young enough to make a change. These fears are like thorns, like weeds, choking the dream. But others fell on good ground and yielded a crop. Have you ever had a powerful dream, an outrageous idea to become more or to do something? Was it one of those kind with deep soul roots that overpowered any rocky ground, any thorns of fear, such as I'm not worthy enough or I'm not wise enough or whatever? So these deep roots of this dream overpowered that, along with other fears. But your dream was so grounded in a heart's desire, perhaps. It was like those plants you see that break all the way through cement in their growth. So we have a dream for our lives. When we let go of life-choking thoughts, our mind can be sown with the seeds of inspired insight. Again, this is different than New Year's resolutions. Here's an example of some resolutions gone awry. Someone wrote in their journal, dieting New Year resolutions 2020. I will get my weight down below 180 pounds. 2021, I will follow my new diet religiously until I get below 200 pounds. 2022, I will develop a realistic attitude about my weight. 2023, I will work out 3 days a week. 2024, I will try to drive past a gym at least once a week. Well, the letter to God, by contrast, ignites a soul seed. We activate the power of the word, and the word comes to us from the depths of the soul, containing the essence of our desire for the year. There's a feeling inside that is nudging us toward a greater experience. This is God's gift, our life, speaking to us, creating a divine spark that can ignite our dream into a potent idea. Here's an example. Judy lived in an apartment that her 6-year-old son called the shoebox. Because of its rectangular shape and its dim lighting and its thin walls that were really almost like cardboard, it was the shoebox. But it's not a place that Judy should have been living with her 6-year-old son and her 1-year-old daughter. She had a dream. She had a big dream. And her dream was for this house that she could envision in her mind. It was the dream that she had created in her mind. And she would see this house, and she began actually to write about it very specifically. She would see this beautiful yard with a garden, and then she said, I see my house with an arched doorway and a fireplace and a beautiful kitchen with light and my African violets growing in the window, and I can afford it. The only problem was she could barely afford the shoebox she was in. And so she practiced building, you could say, a bigger believing. The problem was when her husband had left her the previous year, and he sent a few postcards here and there, but never any child support. So she was really struggling to make ends meet. And Judy had 3 friends in church who she met with weekly, and they assisted each other with achieving their dreams, supporting one another in achieving their dreams. And so they had been meeting for weeks and months, but still it didn't seem like much was happening. Judy's real estate agent told her that she was operating outside the current market rate. And she kept envisioning herself still inside the house, but in some ways she felt really disconnected from God. And, she'd had many expectations that had been followed by disappointments. So she felt life had let her down, and she was having trouble shifting from feeling denied to feeling grateful. But she began continuing to work on building a bigger believing. And that's what her group was called, Partners in Believing. So one day her real estate agent called and she said, I think I found exactly the house that you want. One with an arched doorway. It has a fireplace, it has 3 bedrooms. It sounds perfect from what you've described to me, but there was one problem. The rent was too high. And so her prayer partners encouraged her to make an offer. And so she wrote a letter to the owner of the house describing her dream and how much it would mean to her and the children to live there. She wrote about what she would do to care for that home, how she would plant flower bulbs, take care of the yard, stenciled the living room walls. Then she stated what she could afford. She ignited her desire. She had an intention, she wrote it down, she asked for higher guidance, and she followed her voice. And through the assistance of prayer partners, she believed it was possible. So 10 days later, the owner called her and said, "I don't know why I'm doing this, but I've decided I will lease you this house for 1 year at a reduced rate." And so by the new year, which was her dream, Judy and her children moved into the new house. And within 1 year, she got a new job. And then the second year, she was promoted. And by the third year, she worked out a purchase plan, and she bought the house that she and her children had come to love so much. The Talmud says, every blade of grass has its angel that bends over it and whispers, "Grow, grow." We have an angel whispering over us, "Grow, grow, become, become, become all that you can be, become." There's something wonderful and majestic in each of us, something beyond our wildest dreams, no matter what age we are. We invoke the power of light to burn away the thorns, the weeds, the fears, the false beliefs, the grief, the resentments, all that which limits us from achieving our dreams, the true desires of our heart. And then we ignite the power of inner light and vision to know the dream of our life. Let us enter in this coming new year with powerful intention, the kind that shapes light into manifest form. So let your light shine. God bless you, and Happy New Year.
Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, full of possibilities. They're everywhere, they've always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. I've outgrown those smaller dreams, the way they used to limit me. I make the space, invite love in, magic fills my life again. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. Something bigger calling me to follow where my passion leads. I trust the flow, don't need to know, dancing to the great unknown. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free. Oh, blessed be, I'm finally free. Oh, blessed be.
So I want to talk about the burning bowl experience before we begin the meditation. And is there anyone who doesn't have the papers that you're supposed to have, the stationery, so forth? Put your hand up if you don't. Okay, looks like everyone does. So you will want to wait to write anything on your papers until I guide you through that part. Since the ceremony is hybrid today, I will explain both the virtual and in person. For all of you on Zoom, you will want to have the items nearby from your holiday packet if you received one. They will be the same for those of you here and in person. You should have the small papers for the burning bowl. These are actually perm papers. I found out they burn better than anything. And then a pen if you need it. A piece of stationery for your letter to God, and an envelope. And when it's time, you can actually write on both sides of these papers. It doesn't matter, you're going to burn them anyway. You can write on top of what you've already written. Use several if you need to. So for those of you who are on Zoom, you will need a way to burn your papers. You can have a candle lit sitting on a plate, and the ashes of your paper can fall onto the plate, or use a metal bowl or a pan or your fireplace. If you want to just imagine fire, you can tear up the paper when it's time and either burn it later or put it all in a small bag and take it out in the trash and imagine its incineration. For those of you here in person, once you're done writing on the paper, when we get to that point, I will invite you to walk down the center aisle, moving slightly to the side as you come up and cast your paper into the bowl. There's a camera at the top of the back of the aisle in the back. That way the Zoom people can see a little more clearly what we're up to here. And I can't emphasize this enough. When you toss your paper into the bowl, toss it, let it go. Do not try to hold it to the flame. That way is an easy way to get burned. So just let it go. And if you don't see your paper catch fire, don't worry about it. You can walk away and know that by the time this is done, it will be in ashes. And we'll have 2 people assisting, so they will also help that process happen. So please, that's also part of letting go. We want to hang on to the paper, let it go. And then once you've cast it into the bowl, you can return down the side aisles to your seats. Once everyone has burned their papers, Claire will lead us in a song, and then we'll take a meditative moment to all briefly write a letter to God. And I'll tell you all about the letters to God in a little while, but for now, just have everything kind of nearby. Our ceremony today is twofold. It includes the burning bowl, followed by us writing the letters to God. And I'll lead you through the burning bowl part and then through your letters to God. So I suggest you not jump ahead, but just follow along. And just let me say, the burning bowl ceremony is a wonderful ritual of release, where we let go of old patterns and old attitudes that no longer serve us by saying goodbye to 2024 and embracing and welcoming 2025. And I'll guide you through this meditation of release and then let you know when it's time to place your paper in the flame. So I invite you now to close your eyes if you haven't already. Take a deep breath, saying to yourself, I am completely and totally relaxed. And feel that wave of relaxation move from the top of your head all the way down your body to your feet. The burning bowl ceremony is a wonderful tool for cleansing the subconscious mind of resentments, negative or false beliefs, negative thoughts, feelings, unforgiveness, letting go of attitudes and concepts we want to let go of. And this process is a symbolic act to help impress the subconscious mind with the seriousness of our conscious mind. We're telling the subconscious what we are burning is no longer to be used. The memory of what we are burning is to be deactivated as a hidden motive for action, and its emotional energy is to be used in a new, positive, and creative way. By adding faith to our complete surrender, we help this to happen. The past has served us well. It has brought us to this point, and we can be thankful for that. But by hanging on to the past, we cannot receive the gift that the present holds for us. We are so blessed with God's grace, God's love in action in our lives. The new year comes reminding us at any moment we can begin anew. So now allow your breath to slow down as you become peaceful and filled with the healing presence of God. I will continue this in the first person, so let my words become yours. Feel them enter your heart and have meaning for you. I relax my body and clear my mind and prepare to receive through the Holy Spirit. I prepare to receive images and impressions of those things which are no longer serving my spiritual evolution. Holy Spirit, I invite your sacred presence into my awareness. Show me what needs to be forgiven. Bring to the surface my beliefs and attitudes that no longer serve me. Help me to clear out and forgive the past, that I may be filled with the vitality of life. The past has no power over me. I forgive and release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. God is my wholeness. I allow Spirit to move through any area of my life where the flow of love has been blocked, where I may have sabotaged my good. I release it and let it go. I now release and forgive all the people and situations of my past that have caused me to hold on to any anger or resentment. I release any thoughts, hurts, or experiences that no longer serve me. I release the things that bring hurt to my heart, any feelings of shame, guilt, unhealthy habits, or beliefs that are not useful to me now. I assure myself the load will be much lighter when people and old hurts are forgiven, when habits are let go, when attitudes and beliefs are transformed, when fears are brought into the light. And now I take a moment and call forth compassion for myself. I release and let go of any guilt, resentment, regret, fear, negative feelings or beliefs about myself, feelings of lack or limitation. I am a child of God, therefore made in God's image and likeness, and God loves me just as I am right now. There is nothing I can do to make God love me any more or any less than God loves me right now in this moment. And now I invite you to remain in a meditative, quiet state, but open your eyes and begin to write that which you would release in the silence. And this is also a time when our candle lighters can come and light the burning bowl candles for us. And the rest of you just continue to to write what you will until I tell you it's time. In a few moments, we will burn our papers, and this is a time to remain silent, just hearing the music. Those of you on Zoom, you can put your paper into the flame as those of us in person put ours into the burning bowl. And again, do not hold on, but let it go. And as you release the paper, release from your mind everything you've written on that paper, knowing the living spirit of truth is healing and transforming everything right now. Say to yourself silently something like, I release, I let go, I am free. And then just as you're ready, feel free to walk down the center aisle. You don't have to let the aisle get too crowded, just wait until it eases up a little bit. Just stepping slightly to the side of the bowl when you cast your paper into the flame, and then walk back down on the sides. So when you are ready, no need to rush, just when you're ready, feel free. And then when you return to your seats, remain silent and begin to meditate on your vision for 2025. So let us know and silently affirm, I am not bound to the past, I am made new. Through the power of the Christ in me, I release the old and ask that any obstacles within me now be taken away. I behold the new. I see myself in a new light. I see my strengths and count my blessings. I am now open to the good that lies before me. And now Claire will lead us in singing, I am free, I am unlimited.
So I think you've done this a few times before here. Basically, the verses are the same, but it starts out with I am free. And then the second time you sing the verse is you are free. And then on the third verse, it's we are free. So I think, does anybody not know this song? All right.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited. Right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now.
In a moment, we'll write our letters to God, setting our intentions for 2025. And I suggest when you're writing your letter, do it as though you're giving thanks in advance for your blessings in 2025. So, dear God, or loving spirit, or whatever you prefer, I give thanks for, I give thanks that would be one way to do it. Those who are in person, I invite you now to take a moment and write your own address on the envelope. We will collect them at the end so we can mail them to you in the early fall. If you are on Zoom when you are done, you can put your letter in the envelope with letter to God and the date on it, put it in a special place, and pull it out and read it in September or October. And then now take the paper, as soon as you're done with your address, just hang on to the envelope, and in a little bit we'll have you put your letter in it and pass it into to the center aisle. But for now, take the paper and begin to write your letter to God, giving thanks in advance to God for that which you desire in 2025. There is great power in gratitude, so feel the gratitude as though you have already received your good. Please write silently with just the background music. As you finish up, you can put your letters in your envelopes, seal them up, and you can pass them to the center aisle, and the ushers will begin to pick them up. If you're not quite finished, that's fine. You can keep writing. You can keep writing all the way through the service if you need to, and just be sure to hand them to one of the ushers at the end before you leave. And now Claire will sing for us, and we will finish up the service as usual.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn and a new day and a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossoms in the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, new day, new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't ya? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. The old world is a new world and a bold world for me, and I'm feeling good. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, new day, new life for me. New dawn, new day, new life for me. New dawn, new day, new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
I'm hearing giggles. I love that. Someone is feeling good. That's so nice. Thank you, Claire, for sharing your gift of music with us today. It's been wonderful. Now it is the time in our service when we bless our offerings. We invite you to go to our website, uninorthmn.org, and find the donation button on the homepage and give your offering there. For those of you in our building, please leave your offering in the basket at the end, back of the sanctuary as you exit out the doors. And if you prefer to mail in a check, you'll find our address on the website too. So let us speak our offering blessing together. So join me. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And Claire will lead us in an offering song. I am so blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you both to Karen Drucker for writing that song and for Claire for sharing it with us. And now it is time for our community news announcements. Our prayer chaplain today is Rebecca Thompson, and our healing facility is Cindy Huberty. And then today, after service, about 12:15, 12:30 is the starting time. We're going to be having drumming in the new year with Carl Schlotterbeck. So you'll have time to grab a quick snack and then return to the sanctuary, and the drumming will be lasting about an hour. So please feel free to join us. We know how much we love doing that at Easter too, you know. Drum, drum. And then on January 5th, next Sunday at 10:30 a.m. will be our White Stone service, and that is when we provide, or we will be doing something with our white Jerusalem stone. And that's going to be for our special meditation. And Claire will be with us again for lovely music. That Friday, which then is January 10th at 7 p.m. on Zoom only, we're going to have our 12 Powers service. And that is going to be led by Reverend Kathy and Rhonda Italiano, who is our licensed Unity teacher. And we're going to discover our spiritual power for 2025 in a traditional 12 Power service with some new additions. On Sunday, January 12th, we're going to have a guest speaker. Reverend Barbara Winter Martin will be joining us and will be leading us then. So you get a nice rest. And we have a book study class that is going to be starting. And it's called We Were Made for These Times, 10 Lessons for Moving Through Change, Loss, and Disruption. And that's going to be by author Kara, I'm hoping that's correct. Kara, is that how she pronounces it? Mm-hmm. Jewel Lingo. And the book can be ordered on Amazon, and it'll start Wednesday, the 22nd at 6:30 p.m., 8 p.m. on Zoom. And I'm not sure how long it goes. 10 lessons?
No, it's a 5-week class.
5-week class. There we go. Okay, and Reverend Kathy will be facilitating that on Zoom. Let's see here. Again, that'll be on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8. And then Sunday, January 26th, will be the chili cook-off. Oh yeah. So sign up to volunteer your chili. Bring it for lunch on the 26th. And there's going to be a taste test to determine the winner. Funds raised are going to help our youth with their events and their retreats. So it is a benefit for them. And there you go. Happy New Year. You what? You don't have what?
Sign up sheet will be out there after service.
Okay. Sign up sheet after service for the chili. So let's go for it. And the next thing we have then is, we've got our, let me go here, prayer protection for you. Thank you.
So I invite you to, well, first let's say thank you. Thank you to our production team, Nancy and Brandy. Great job. Thank you to Wendy. And to our candle lighting ushers. And a special thank you to our wonderful musician, Claire and Pastor. And now I invite you to stand for our prayer for protection and our peace song. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our creator, family whole are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now.